Almost 5 years ago, Keanu Reeves and Alexandra Grant made headlines with their red carpet debut at the 2019 LACMA Art and Film Gala, sending the internet into a frenzy. We all remember that, don't we? Now, the enigmatic actor and his visual artist partner are set to defy conventions once again. Alexandra proposed and Keanu said yes, leading to an upcoming effortlessly chic backyard wedding at Reese's Hollywood Hills Adobe. In Alexandra, Keanu has found an extraordinary connection unmatched in over 2 decades. And who else can say that? While many high net worth individuals might insist on prenuptial agreement, Keanu Reeves dismisses the notion entirely. He trusts Alexandra completely and doesn't have a shed of doubt that what they have is a real deal. Confident it will go the distance, he sees no point in getting tangled up with lawyers and paperwork. Keanu and Alexandra's connection was first built on friendship before evolving into a romantic relationship. And how sensible is that? The creative synergy is evident in their collaborations on Ode to Happiness and Shadows, books penned by Reeves and illustrated by Grant. Together, they now run a publishing house. However, for Keanu, the journey to the altar has been a long one, marked by heartbreak and personal battles, but he has ultimately found his happy ending. When the news of the couple's relationship surfaced in 2019, Alexandra Grant drew attention for being mistaken for Helen Mirren, mainly because of her bold decision to embrace her natural grey hair at the age of 46. And how daring is that? What caught my interest wasn't just the criticism Alexandra encountered for staying true to her authentic self, or the fact that the famously single Keanu was holding hands with his longtime friend and collaborator after 2 decades of not being in a public relationship. It was Keanu's ruthless existence that fascinated me the most. The way he embraced a life lived out of suitcases in on-set trailers, hotels, and rental houses. I'm down to 1 bag now and smaller rooms in hotels, he remarked, embodying nomadic spirit that defies the trappings of celebrity. But is there more to this story? While most actors spend fortunes carving out a lifestyle with mansions and cars, Keanu, who can often be spotted in the metro, holds notoriety for not owning a home with his not-so-insignificant means until 2003, almost 18 years since breaking into the entertainment industry. As of 2024, Celebrity Net Worth estimates his fortune at $380 million. Sounds quite perplexing, doesn't it? Well, let's take a closer look at Keanu's essentially homeless existence spanning over 2 decades. Keanu was born in Beirut, where his parents had met. When he was just 3 years old, his father abandoned the family and his single mother moved them around a lot during his childhood. He was raised in Hawaii, Australia, New York, and Canada before finally settling in Toronto when he was only 6 years old. He and his sister also had 3 different stepfathers thanks to their mothers' short marriages. But it wasn't only Keanu who grew up around the world. Alexandra Grant also experienced a globetrotting childhood. The artist found her love for the spoken word as a child living in Mexico, Spain, and France. Alexandra's parents also divorced, and as a result, she moved around with her mother, who was awarded the custody. Is it only me who thinks that the attraction is really about trauma compatibility? Well, let me know. And a new study published in the Journal of Social and Personality Psychology documents that frequent moves are tough on children as they disrupt important friendships. One major reason that children are negatively affected by moves is that moves are often precipitated by problems, like a divorce or a job loss, that are tough on the family. The sense of detachment, self-sufficiency, as well as independence and loner tendencies experienced early on in his childhood, coupled with a series of personal tragedies, has resulted in a living arrangement some found nothing but bemusing. In 1999, Keanu suffered the devastating loss when his girlfriend Jennifer Syme delivered a stillborn baby girl at 8 months pregnant. Tragically, Jennifer passed away a year later in a car accident at the age of only 28. These heartbreaks compounded earlier losses, including the death of his close friend River Phoenix to a drug overdose in 1993. Further adding to his hardships, Keanu's younger sister Kim battled leukemia from 1991, prompting him to dedicate himself to her care for a decade until she finally achieved remission. Keanu's relationship with his father, who abandoned the family and was later imprisoned for drug-related offenses, has been another source of profound pain. Reflecting on their strained connection, Keanu has remarked, "The story with me and my dad is pretty heavy. It's full of pain and woe and effing loss." During his rise to stardom, Keanu was a long-term resident of the Chateau Marmont Hotel in Los Angeles. With its incredible location to the Sunset Strip in LA, a 63-room hotel was originally built as an apartment house where every unit was self-enclosed and there was no lobby. Both the restaurant and the bar were only added in the 90s. While the hotel could not offer luxury, it was praised for its privacy. When faced with grief, the burden of loss can be overwhelming on its own. A neutral and temporary space, such as a hotel or a rental house, offers shelter and security without imposing additional expectations on someone struggling to cope. For 4 years, Keanu Reeves found solace in then a rundown hotel, which he described as his unsafe, safe harbor, a place where he could retreat amidst chaos. However, this wasn't the only place where Keanu sought refuge. He also grappled with his inner demons during what he called demon rides on his custom bike, an activity that occasionally resulted in accidents, including a significant crash in 1988. Recounting the experience, he remembered the chilling thought that crossed his mind: "I'm going to die." Keanu also confessed to experimenting with hash and hallucinogens, saying, "I've had a couple of days when I've been like, okay, time to chill out." He has remarked of going overboard. Keanu has eventually addressed his grief by opening about depths of his pain in a 2006 interview. "Grief changes shape, but it never ends," he told Parade magazine. "People have a misconception that you can deal with it and say it's gone and I'm better. They're wrong. When the people you love are gone, you're alone." Although Keanu does not like to discuss his past, he does tend to portray characters who have endured hardships and pain in life and who are often trying to save the world. So now you know why he played all these characters so well, while secretly giving away millions, cutting his pay to hire others, and generously funding charities without openly claiming the credit. While on stage at the Sanremo Music Festival in 2017, Keanu said, "There were many years where I led a bit of a gypsy life. I worked and then I came back to Los Angeles. I rented houses. After a while, I felt like I wanted to have a home." For someone who was not having possessional desires, Keanu has finally purchased a house in Hollywood Hills in 2003, which he described as his chateau modern, where he is now settled, but it took a while for this to happen. The house has 2 bedrooms, 13-foot ceilings, and French oak floors. It's very rectangular with a lot of straight lines, a lot of limestone tile, glass, steel, and wood. According to Keanu, finding a home was a wonderful experience because he now feels safe. However, he admitted that shortly after moving in, it was strange. I was helpless and asked myself, how should I nourish myself now? How do you do it? Where does the food come from? I wasn't used to taking care of it. The shootings for Constantine just started and I wanted to go back to the hotel immediately. Because in your own house, you're lost. You call the workman who never comes, you wait and wait forever and ever. In his interview for Daily Mail in 2008, Keanu has also disclosed being behind on furniture, 5 years following the purchase, adding, "I don't cook yet. I eat out." Whether Keanu has now taken any lessons remains a mystery, but his home must be furnished by now, as Keanu's favorite thing to do when he's not on set is to hang out at home with Alexandra and talk about the latest LA art exhibit or their favorite new music. The A-lister has been in roughly 75 films and is one of the biggest stars in the world. However, he appreciates that Alexandra prefers lives outside of the spotlight and handles his celebrity status remarkably well with her groundedness. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, safety refers to the need for protection and security. When our physiological needs for food, water, warmth, and rest are met, our safety needs dominate our behavior, with a desire for a predictable world that is orderly and somewhat within our control. Now that Keanu has filled the need for belongingness, encompassing the desire to love and to be loved by others, again, his hierarchy of needs is close to completion. The absence of this need can lead to feelings of loneliness and depression. Belongingness needs encompass family, friendships, acceptance, trust, and intimacy, or intimacy, in other words. I hope you feel safe wherever you are in the world, and I look forward to talking to you about Maslow's hierarchy of needs in my upcoming course titled Home and the Quest for Self-Actualization, as well as different styles of life, which I've been researching and analyzing through a variety of living arrangements that caught my eye. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below and let me know in your comments what your biggest takeaway was. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I'm sending lots of love your way. Until the next time.